All right, guys. Does everybody have a science journal? Yeah. If you'll get that out and a writing utensil again. Okay. Perfect. All right. And today we're going to talk about potential and kinetic energy. Miss Carol has covered that before, correct? Yes. So we understand what we're talking about today. Lesson objectives. Somebody want to read this for me? Go ahead, Preston.
Students will build a greater understanding of the relationship between physics and kinetic energy by gathering information on summarizing the two forms of energy.
Awesome. So we know about looking at the lesson objective that we're going to talk about potential and kinetic energy, but we're also going to talk about how the two have a relationship between each other. So starting out, how do we use energy? What I want you to do on your paper in your science journals is number from 1 to 5. And when you're finished, put your nose on your finger so that I know you're ready to move forward.
One to five.
1 to 5. Ready? You still waiting on you? Okay, now that we've numbered 1 to 5, what I want you to do is I want you to list 5 things that you did this morning to get ready for school. So from the time you woke up until the time you left the door, I want you to list 5 things that you did to get ready. And sit quietly so I know you're ready to move forward. Okay.
I'm not ready.
That's okay. I mean, you got that. Okay. We'll wait. Just a second. Give you another minute. Okay. Can somebody give me one example of what they did to get ready this morning? Okay, brush your teeth. How many others brushed their teeth this morning? Be honest. Okay, good. Okay, brush your teeth. Somebody else. Lucas?
Shower.
You showered? Okay. Does anybody else shower in the morning? Yeah? We got a lot of people that shower in the morning. Okay, somebody else. Go ahead. You brush your hair. Okay. Okay, somebody else. Preston?
Miss Carol,
Yes, ma'am.
there's no one here for Ori.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Put my socks and shoes on.
Socks and shoes, yeah. Is everybody else wearing shoes? Yeah. Socks and shoes. Okay, one more. Go ahead.
Walk out the door.
You walked out the door. Okay, I hope everybody walked out the door. Unless you're carried out. Did your mom carry you out? No? Well, that's good. Okay. So looking at these, and we're talking about the lesson objective. Think back to what we just read. What do you think each one of these need coffee and that gives us energy. Why?
I'll just keep it
You shook your head no, Bella. Why? We can't just drink a cup of coffee and create that energy, right? Because energy cannot be what? Created or destroyed. Right. So with the vocabulary words, we've got energy. Energy is the ability to do work or cause change. So we know that based on these that we did to get ready this morning, they all required energy. Kinetic energy is a type of energy, and it's the energy that an object has due to its motion. So we know that kinetic energy is what we're doing when we're walking, talking, brushing our teeth. And then potential energy that got covered by my little finger. I don't know why, but it's the stored energy an object has due to its position or state. So we know that when we're sleeping at night, we have that stored energy, correct? Unless we sleepwalk, but most people have that stored potential energy. Let's go. And then a unit is a standard used to compare. So if you don't care to write these down, I know they're kind of difficult to see, but if you don't care to write these down in your science journals, I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. The vocabulary words with their definitions. Please. And then if you can't see this, this is potential energy, and the word right here is object. And underneath that says unit. I got cut off. When you're finished, put your hand on your head so I know you're ready to move forward. Yeah. Yes. This right here says potential. Oh. This says potential. And then underneath it is object. I don't know why that got cut off. I guess when it's not projected, it got cut off. The bottom says unit, and it's a standard used to compare. A unit, yeah.
What's that one again on the very, very bottom?
Very, very bottom is unit. We still have a couple more. Ready? Does everybody have a highlighter in front of us? Are we good? We got a highlighter? Yeah? Okay. So go ahead and pull out that kinetic energy article. That's okay. We'll get you one. There's a potential and there's a kinetic. So make sure that when you look under physics for kids, it's the kinetic one. And what I want you to do is, I'll read this to you, and I want you to follow along while I read. And with your highlighter, I want you to use a highlighting strategy. And with this highlighting strategy, I want you to use that highlighter to highlight important information within this article. So that way we can keep track of what we're supposed to, the important information, key details, key facts. So if you see something about kinetic energy throughout this article, yeah. Okay, there you go. Do you have the same one? Okay, alright. But when we're going through this and we're reading about kinetic energy and you think, oh, that's important about kinetic, or oh, I need to know this about kinetic energy. It's a key detail, key information. So if while I'm reading this and you're following along, just important things. So we're not going to highlight things that are not important or not appropriate to it or don't go along with it. So we're not going to highlight silly stuff, right? We're going to act like researchers and highlight important information. So I'll go ahead and start, and this is physics for kids, and we have the kinetic energy one. And it says, what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy of an object that has due motion. As long as an object is moving at the same velocity, it will maintain the same kinetic energy. That's important. The kinetic energy of an object is calculated from the velocity and the mass of an object. As you can see from the equation below, the velocity is squared and can have a significant impact on the kinetic energy. Here's the equation for calculating kinetic energy. That looks really, really difficult, and we haven't gotten that far. So we may look at that and think, what in the world? So when we're highlighting, we don't have to highlight that. That's not very relevant. And then how to measure kinetic energy. The standard unit for kinetic energy is the joule. The joule is